Hey guys, today I'm going to be taking a close look at the Steelseries Rival 3 gaming mouse. If you've been following us through lockdown, you'll know that I briefly touched on it in a previous video when I was showing off a few bits and pieces from the latest range of peripherals from Steelseries. So today we're going to sit back down and take a look at it again after a couple months and see if we still feel the same about it as we did during lockdown. I know I've said this before, but sometimes after that sort of honeymoon period is over, you kind of get a little bit sick of gear, or maybe you find something that you don't quite like about it, or something like that. So I find it sometimes helpful to go back and do these kind of reviews. Even though this mouse is supposed to be sort of entry level, it's kind of misleading because although it's an entry level price point, the specs and performance are actually pretty impressive. The Rival 3 is in all senses of the word a classic gaming mouse. There's no crazy keypads or excessive buttons or other tacky gimmicks. It's just some hardcore mechanical switches and a hardcore optical sensor wrapped in a sleek yet durable black shell with some basic RGB lighting. Now, the Rival 3 weighs in at about 77 grams and it's about 12 centimeters long and 58 mils wide at the front and 67 mils wide at the rear. The body is made of ABS plastic with a matte black finish which is nicely accented by the customizable RGB lights. The aesthetic is clean enough that you could get away with it at the office without drawing too much attention, or you can crank the LEDs and go full RGB disco mode with the 3 separate lighting zones. Now of course the question that everybody wants to know, what's the click like? The Rival 3 uses Steelseries' own mechanical switches, which are rated for 60 million clicks. The switches have a solid and sharp response and should hold up for years of use. And of course, the heart of every good mouse is the sensor. For the Rival 3, SteelSeries have included the TrueMove Core optical sensor, which is an 8500 CPI optical sensor. The TrueMove Core has accurate one-to-one tracking, which means that when you move the mouse, the cursor will follow accurately. No freakouts, no spin-outs, skips, or overshooting, so no more blaming the hardware when you miss your shots. And of course, all your sensitivity settings can be saved onto the onboard memory of the mouse. So once you've set it up with the software, you don't actually need to keep loading that up. You can just plug it in and go, which is helpful if you plug it between multiple devices. So as you can tell, I quite like this mouse. I can't remember ever really being as impressed by a mouse under $100. So currently at $79.95, you're getting a hell of a lot of bang for buck. Anyway guys, that's all for today, but I will see you back here soon because I'm going to revisit the Steelseries keyboards I recently looked at as well, and we're going to check out how well that Apex 3 is doing that I poured the water all over last time. I've had a lot of people asking if it still even works, so we'll take a look at that shortly.